CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд GT Hub хүргэж байна. Аюулгүй байдлыг эрхэмлэн.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд Баргило хүргэж байна. Танд тохирох гайхамшигт үнэртэн.
Таны харж байгаа энэ автомашин бол Mercedes-Benz V250. Mercedes-Benz-ийн V-класс загварыг 1997 оноос үйлдвэрлэж эхэлжээ. Дэгжин хэм маяг, 5 дугтай байдал нь V ангиллын загварыг бүрэн тодорхойлно. Тус загварыг албан ёсны эрхтэйгээр оруулж ирсэн GT Hub компани нь тансаг зэрэглэлийн автомашинуудыг эрсдээс уур амьсгалтай Монгол орны нөхцөл тохируулан тоноглож худалдаалдаг байна. V250 загвар нь 100 км/цаг хурдыг 9.1 секундэд авдаг бөгөөд дээд хурд нь 206 км/цаг хүрдэг. Термотроник буюу дэвшилтэт загварын хяналтын системтэй учраас агаарыг нэмэлт мэдрэгч ашиглан бүхэгийн орчныг автоматар тохируулах боломжтой. Мөн Mercedes-Benz Live Traffic Information системтэй учраас түгжрэл цаг алдахгүй тулд замын хөдөлгөөний мэдээллийг наривчлан өгдөг. V250 загвар нь аюулгүй байдал, инновацлог шийдлийн ачаар хэрэглэгчдийн таашаалд хэдийнэ нийцэд байгаа юм. Энэ удаагийн дугаарын зочин хөтлөгчөөр худалдаа хөгжлийн банкны ТУЗ-ийн дарга Рандольф Коппа оролцож байна. Ноён Коппа нь Монголын бизнесийн зөвлөлийн удирдах зөвлөлийн гишүүн, уур амьсгалын өөрчлөлт, доктортой санхүүжилтийн ажлын хилцээний ТУЗ-ийн гишүүн, Монгол дахь Америкийн худалдааны танхимын Америкийн нэгдсэн улсын харилцааны хорооны даргын албан тушаалыг тус хашиж байна. Харин зочноор нэгдсэн үндэсний байгууллагын нарийн бичгийн даргын замын хөдөлгөөний аюулгүй байдлын тусгай ээлж Жан Тодт эрхэм оролцсон юм. Тэрээр 1982-оос 1993 онд Францын автомашин үйлдвэрлэгч Peugeot компанид мотоспортын үйл ажиллагааг хариуцсан хилцээний захиралаар ажиллаж байсан. Тус албан тушаалыг хашиж байх үедээ 2004 оноос Ferrari-ийн гүйцэтгэх захирлаар томилогдож 2009 он хүртэл ажиллажээ. 2009 онд Олон Улсын Автомашины Холбоо FIA-д Ерөнхийлөгчөөр сонгогдсон байна.
So you had some meetings today about to explain your program to the officials of the city?
No, I mean yesterday I spent time with the Minister of
Culture and Environment.
Then I spent dinner with the Prime Minister, spent the evening with them, and this morning we met the Mayor of the city, and later we will meet the Health Minister, Transport Minister. So I mean it's quite a packed program, and of course my UN team here.
Yes. And tell me about the campaign that has been underway.
No, I mean it's something we launched. In fact, we launched this campaign in New York at the UN headquarters in July 2022.
Yeah.
That was the first launch. Then the second one was at the European Commission last September, and now we are starting to go in country. That was last month in Ivory Coast to launch the campaign. Then we're in Mongolia now, where it started incidentally yesterday, and it's very pleasing. Incidentally, we started our trip from the campaign where my wife was Michelle was in display.
Yes, I see.
And we were 5 ambassadors Here we have Michelle Yeoh, we have Naomi Campbell, Kylie Minogue, Didier Drogba, and Djokovic. So we have 5 good ambassadors. I mean, the campaign will be displayed, and it's the first time that UN and JCDecaux combine one campaign which is promoting road safety, which is due to influence people to be properly. I think maybe it's the first time you put your safety belt in the back of the car in this country.
Yes,
you know,
one of the first times.
And then
not very much
in front. It's pleading because everybody has safety car. Has a safety car.
Safety belt.
Safety belt.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it doesn't occur like that. So the campaign is about put your safety belt in the front, in the rear. It's educating people to wear helmet when they are riding a motorbike, respect the speed, don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. And but the campaign is great. It will appear in over the next 2 years in southern cities, 80 countries.
Wow.
And we are 14 celebrities which are joining this campaign. So I mean, I put a lot of hopes, you know, that young people, because the young people are the most vulnerable.
They're vulnerable, but they're also, I think, the most impressionable. I think this is a great community service to put these on the billboards with JCDecaux. I remember from my childhood seeing some posters in the town I grew up in that told me not to walk between parked cars. And the children shouldn't, because you never know somebody's backing up. And that made a big impression on me, my whole life. And if we have those campaigns, people seeing it, I think that it sinks in.
But you know, the road traffic crashes is a global pandemic. It's #1 killer for youth between 5 to 29.
Yes.
And we have the prescriptions. It's around education, law enforcement, level of vehicles, quality of roads, and quality of post-crash care. Simple things like what we promote in the campaign: buckling safety belt, helmet, speed, text driving, drug driving, alcohol driving will immediately divide by 2 the number of victims.
Wow.
So that's action which need to be undertaken.
How is it now? I've seen with and we have them now coming in Ulaanbaatar, these electric scooters that are being used in urban areas. But I don't see people wearing helmets with those.
No, which is a big problem, because you know, unfortunately, people using what we call e-scooter, they don't wear helmet, they don't respect the rules.
Yeah, they're either on the pavement sidewalk or they're on the street.
That's why there are a lot of victims. And I mean, they can be victims themselves, but I mean, they can hurt people. You know, pedestrians are very vulnerable as well. You know, in all the low and middle income countries, 1/3 of the road victims are pedestrians.
Pedestrians, yes. And I'm sure we have issues in this city. We have so many vehicles on the street, and it's better. I've experienced over the years I've been here the respect for the zebra.
Yeah.
And I used to say in the beginning it was because zebra is not native to Mongolia, so people didn't understand, but it's becoming enforced and now respected. But still, with this traffic, pedestrians want to cross, they take chances, cars are trying to fight the traffic jams, and it's
but you know that, like everything in life, if you want to have success, you must be disciplined.
Yes.
And if you're not disciplined, then things will be bad. You know, and that's why, I mean, countries who have achieved the best on the road are people I mean, who have a culture, who have discipline. Incidentally, you see on the other side of the road, the JCDecaux campaign. Here you have Kylie Minogue, you have Michelle, the next one. You have Didier Drogba on the right. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, the posters are up.
Wow. But we need to communicate on that, you know. And so we need to promote the campaign as well.
Well, I would imagine that there will be television media being used as well.
I hope so. Incidentally, this afternoon we're going to make a press meeting, and I hope it will be relayed and by the press and all social media, which is very important and very popular in this country. Talking yesterday with the Prime Minister, he said that it's the best way to access to young generation. And I mean, this country, I mean, it's a young generation country.
Yes, the average age is 28, and it's probably getting younger. As we drive, what's your opinion of the discipline or the road safety issues
I mean,
here?
clearly the situation is not good, we know.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд GT Hub хүргэж байна. Аюулгүй байдлыг эрхэмлэн.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд Баргило хүргэж байна. Танил тохирох гайхамшигт үнэртэн.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд GT Hub хүргэж байна. Аюулгүй байдлыг эрхэмлэн.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд Баргило хүргэж байна. Танил тохирох гайхамшигт үнэртэн.
As we drive, what's your opinion of the discipline or the road safety issues
I mean,
here?
clearly the situation is not good, we know.
Yes.
You know, it's a 3.5 million country.
Yeah.
More than half of the population
Living
is
here,
living
in the city.
in the capital, and I mean, you see traffic congestions. You are mentioning, I mean, the cost it represents for the country. So, and incidentally, we had a very friendly and positive meeting with the mayor this morning. They know about it.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, there are problems. Public transportation is not at the level it should be, but it's coming. They are working on underground facilities. You have some buses which have occurred, but unfortunately, most of the imported cars are coming from Japan.
Yes,
so with the right and drive steering wheel,
yes.
which is a killer. You know, going back coming from airport to the city yesterday, big motorway.
Yes.
But I mean, the slow cars are driving on the left side.
Yes, the slow cars are driving on the left.
You know, so overtaking is on the right, which is not what should happen.
Yes.
You know, so all that goes through education, and incidentally, education starts at school. You know,
Yes.
you need to train future drivers better, and incidentally, teaching young people at school now will also make them influencers, because when they are with their parents in the car on a motorbike, they will guide them, so which is very important.
Yes, I recall many children exhorting their parents to fasten their seatbelts in the early days of these regimes in the United States. The children were
Incidentally, United States is not a very good country for road safety.
Road safety, I understand. No.
Every year you have 43,000 people who die on the roads.
Yeah.
In
the statistics in my home state of Wisconsin, and I haven't lived there for about 30 years, but they continue to stay at about the same level.
And you know, it's a huge cost. I mean, the government announced the cost for the country. It's about $340 billion every year.
Right.
So can you imagine?
Yes.
I mean, all what you could do with this money,
Yes.
and people were killed, people were injured with disability.
Well, it's a challenge here now with the cars with right-hand drive. It was obviously, we went to a market economy, and there were very few automobiles in the city when I came 20 years ago. The Japanese signed a free trade agreement that allowed the cars to come in from Japan with a little less cost because no duty. And of course, there was the aspiration for the average person to get an automobile. It was new for them. And having these cars being very affordable, the common man, every man could get one. And now they have. And here we are.
But
how do we deal with it?
You know, when you judge a situation, I mean, you must be
Yes, you have to
humble.
understand.
Because first, we know that, I mean, global revenue for people in the country is not very high.
No.
So it's not easy to buy a car. So of course, they buy cars which are very often old, imported, and they buy cars which are forbidden
Elsewhere.
in the original country.
Right.
You know, so probably the cars which are most popular being imported is from Japan.
Yes.
So clearly you cannot refuse the imported
No,
car.
we have to understand that.
But
yes.
clearly then you should probably push to have imported cars from South Korea or from countries where the driving lane is on the same side, you know, rather than having the cars. But it happened in other country. You know, if you take Myanmar exactly, it's even worse situation. You know, and it's a small country, 30 million population, and you have 16,000 people who die every year on the road. You know, but the problem, people do not realize it because they are used to it. We need a kind of wake-up call. You know, that's why I often call, road crashes a silent pandemic, because we don't speak about it.
Yes.
You know, you take, for example, COVID-19. COVID-19, it has been a planet wake-up because everybody was scared to die. And on the road, people are not scared to die. But unfortunately, it occurs. You know, and I've been the witness of some paradoxical situation where you see 4 people on a motorbike in Cambodia without helmet, but with a mask.
Oh my. Yeah, I understand.
So again, on that, it goes through education.
Education,
again,
awareness. There's
our campaign.
There we have the campaign with your wife looking at us.
She's following me, you see. I must behave.
Is she with you on this trip?
No, in fact, she's at the moment in Hong Kong. Just arrived. She just finished a movie in Toronto, in Canada. And we will meet. Look, Djokovic here, her. That's amazing. That's a beautiful city, and
yes,
in a lot of aspects. And we will meet over the weekend in Beijing. But it's a beautiful, very big country.
Yes, it is.
It's 2.5 times bigger than France, with a 3.5 million population.
No, it's if you take Denmark to Portugal and take sort of the Western Europe, and you kind of squeeze Italy against Spain, that's the size of Mongolia. And imagine that Ulaanbaatar is Brussels with 1.5 million or so people, and the rest, 1.5 or 1.6 million people, scattered from Denmark to Portugal. Then that's Mongolia. So it's an incredible space.
But it's a beautiful
it's
country.
Obviously congested here.
Because all is regrouped in the city.
Yes.
And you know, that's why I think you need to reassess. Also the design, the organization of the city roundabout, traffic light, pedestrian lane, bicycle lane. So all that has
Yes,
to be considered.
some of that is being built, and it needs more.
In a way, to kind of a new country.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. It got off to a fast start, as we speak. The people had the right, and everything was open, and now we are kind of stuck a little bit. So they have to.
You are facing the situation now. What to do?
Yeah. But there's a talk. I mean, one of my first assignments abroad was in Singapore many years ago, and a few years after I left, they restricted entrance into the center by single passenger vehicles, and now you have to buy a permit to even get a car, and then a special fee to go into the central part. Do you think something like that works?
No, but elsewhere? I mean, you take Singapore. I mean, Singapore have already disciplined, structured mentality in a way like Hong Kong. I just come back from Hong Kong. I mean, if you cross the road without the green light, then you will be immediately penalized.
Yes.
So it's very important. That's why, I mean, in Switzerland, country like that, situation is so safe on the road because there is discipline, because people are scared to be punished if they don't behave properly. But in a way, you must make people scared, people respectful of the rules.
Okay.
You were mentioning if I still drive sports car, but you take Formula One. Formula One, there is speed limit in the pit lane, which is 80 kilometers an hour during the race. If during the race, when you go through the pit lane, you pass by 0.1 kilometer. So instead of 80 kilometers an hour, 80.1, you get penalized 5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah.
So you lose the race.
Well, that's what needs to be: enforcement of rules and enforcement of consequences and discipline. Yes. Thank you very much for taking the time to let your thoughts and ideas be broadcast. And it was a pleasure to meet you.
But Bloomberg has been very active also on addressing road safety in cities, and there are Bloomberg initiatives. So
yes.
I mean, they should be also thanked and
I'm sure
encouraged.
They'll be supporting the campaign as well. And on behalf of TDB, we will spread the word as well.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд GT Hub хүргэж байна. Аюулгүй байдлыг эрхэмлэн.
CARS&COFFEE нэвтрүүлгийг танд Баргело хүргэж байна. Танил тохирох гайхамшигт үнэртэн.